Hey guys, Jim Gav again, checking in one final time with you. This will be the last video I shoot, unless you guys request something else that you want to know about the Quantum Triple Diamond Max. One thing I want to say, there's really nothing else I can say about this driver. Today, I'm going to show you a weight test where I put weights in different spots and how much can I affect ball flight. Too long didn't watch, it works. I was able to very much bias the driver either right or left or keep it kind of where I wanted it. So you can really dial these things in, okay? That's the too long didn't watch. Now, I want to go on a little bit of a ramble, but it's funny because I've been watching all of the other driver review type threads on Golf WRX, right? I've been watching the Ping 440K one, the TaylorMade ones, the Cobra member testing one, I feel like I'm missing one. There's another one with just the Cobra like thread. So I've been pretty much watching all of them, right? One thing I will say, all of these OEMs have done an outstanding job with their equipment this year. Every single one of them is better than the previous version. And it's not really always about speed. Yeah, some of them are faster across the face, like if you did an on average thing. If you hit anything like dead on the button, it's going to be no faster than what you hit 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, right? We know that. What I'm seeing, and this is really out of kind of all of them, is the spin retention and the integrity of your start line and the direction it goes when you miss hit it, along with the speed when you miss hit it. Because, you think about it, back 5, 6, 7 years ago, you'd miss one low heel, it'd spin up at 3,500, it would, lose 5, 6, 7 miles an hour ball speed, and it'd be way short of where your center punched ones were, right? If you towed one, it'd be down, 1,300 RPM, and it would duck left and likely be out of play, right? And so, to me, like what I'm seeing, especially with the Triple Diamond Max, I'm partial to that because I've hit this thing a bunch. But I also saw this with the other OEMs too. You hit one way out off the toe, which has been my miss predominantly over the last 6 months anyway. They actually stay in play. They spin more and they stay in play. And that's just something that really hasn't happened. And it's funny because everybody on, not everybody, but you have a couple of camps, right, on WRX. You have people that run out and buy the latest thing, and then hence we see it on BST. I responded to a thread like, hey, are these Quantums not all they're cracked up to be? I see a lot of them on BST. That's just people going out and trying stuff. It doesn't fit them for whatever reason. They're unloading it. They hit it 10 times, like, nope, not for me, right? Because maybe they don't have a fitter in their area. They're just not into the, they don't trust anybody. So they just go testing stuff out, right? There's a lot of them, a lot of people like that. And then you have the other ones that are like, I'm going to play my, 10-year-old M2, until the day I die, and unless it breaks, right? Because nothing's better than it. Or I'm going to stick with my G400, or, pick your driver. What I will say is 26, I think, is the year of the driver. If you're ever going to upgrade on one, do it this year. The Callaway Quantum lineup is fantastic. TaylorMade's made big improvements. I didn't personally like the looks, but, looking through that thread, a lot of people really like it. A lot of the online reviewers really like it. Their tour guys, except for Scotty, they put it right in the bag. That says a lot. The Cobra stuff is fantastic, and the Ping G440K, I think it looks like a frying pan on a stick, but dang, it performs. The other thing that you'll see is these weight kits allow you to really dial these drivers in. You'll see today, like, I was able to, whatever I want out of this thing, I can get it if I need it. And I saw that with the QI4D. You got the 4 weights. The Quantum drivers, like Brian and I, he swapped the weights around in me, and literally I went from 60 yards left to 30 yards right. And I wasn't swinging good at that particular moment. But literally, he was able to really bias that driver to go different directions. And I'm seeing that with all of them. Like, you can really get what you want out of these. Get great spin retention, great speed retention across the face. And if you have a good fit, there's no reason you shouldn't be driving the ball better than you ever have. Now, that said, they're not idiot proof. You'll see a couple swings today that I've been making on the course that there's no driver that's going to help me. But then there's some that there's one that I actually keep in. I'm gonna leave all the shots in today. There's some of them I took out of the data set, just to show you, but you'll see me hit them. But there's one I was like, all right, I'm just gonna take that out. But I was like, no, you know what? I'm gonna leave it in because there's no way this ball should be where it's at. And that's kind of a demonstration of what I'm talking about. Like, I've been really impressed. Really impressed with the TD Max for sure with this subject, but realistically in the fitting bay, I was impressed with all of them with this spin retention and speed retention idea. Okay, I personally think Quantum's the best lineup out there, and this is coming from a guy who's not a Callaway guy. I have one Callaway club in my bag. One. You know how many clubs that I had ever played from Callaway before this year? One. So it's not like I'm some Callaway fanboy, but they've nailed this. These drivers are fantastic, and hopefully all my videos have helped. I tried to go into a lot of detail for those of you that are on the fence. So sorry if I ramble, but I just think all that needs to be said. It's the year of the driver. So with that, I'm going to show you the weight kit and some of the different biases that I did with it, and you'll see works quite well. Take care, fellas. Thanks to Callaway for letting me participate in this. It's been fantastic and a lot of fun. All right, so back at full back 9 golf here on the full swing simulator, sore as I can be. Had a workout on Monday with my legs, and legs are killing me. And I came up here and beat balls for a couple hours yesterday too. Here I am again. So one thing that we're finding out, there's a full swing kit behind me. We've been playing around with it. I think this simulator is 4 to 5 miles an hour faster than what it should be. So my 173 ball speed that I hit, maybe that wasn't what it should have been. Anyway, I don't know. We'll see. Over time, I'll know. So what I'm going to do today, one of the things I was a little bit critical of with the Callaway driver, the driver lineup, specifically this Triple Diamond Max, so I wasn't crazy about the weight scenario when I first got it. To be honest, I still don't know that I'm crazy about it because I had to buy a weight kit. I bought it off eBay. It was like $60 for 6 weights. They're like $10 a piece, even off eBay coming from China. So I know they're not Callaway components, but I didn't really see them on the Callaway site. So anyway, I got some different weights. Right now I'm back to what I was playing, 9 and 1. This comes out with the Ventus Blue at D1 swing weight at 41 1/4. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play around with a couple things. I was playing around yesterday with 6 grams in the toe, 4 grams in the heel. And then I've got a 15 gram. I'm gonna go 15 and 0 and then 15 and 0. I'm gonna flip them and just see how much I can change ball flight. Let's just see what it does, because that's something I'm very interested in. So I'm gonna hit like 3 or 4 shots with each one and just see what it looks like. So let me put a target out there. Put one out there at 295. Probably won't get there today. So of course this thing's reading quick, so it's making me feel good about myself. So got the lapel mic. Hopefully that works a little bit better, especially with all the background noise. All right, let's give it a go. A little right. Oh, goodness, my legs are so sore. Killing me. Yeah, I think I'm probably in the high 150s right now. I don't think I'm at 163. So, all right, first one's a little bit right. Let's see what this one looks like. One more draw on that one. It's a nice ball flight. Oh.
Yeah, there's no way I'm at 164 right now. I can tell you that for a fact. Okay, nice little draw. And this right here has kind of been the typical ball flight. Those last two balls, typical ball flight I've been seeing, even on course. You know, since I went to the flat cog, Ventus Blue, you know, it just really has helped me manage that. So since you guys have seen that before, I'm going to cut it here. Plus, I feel like crap. So I'm going to go ahead and switch some weights out, and let's see what happens. All right, got 6 grams in the toe, 4 in the heel this time. So much more neutral setup. So let's change colors. I'll hit 3 or 4 here. Let's see what it looks like. Because I actually kind of like this. This looked pretty good yesterday. Oh, it's a little low. Didn't hit that great. Ugh. But a little more shape to that one. Started just a hair further left. Hit that one good. Stay a little right. I don't expect a ton of change out of this weight scenario. I mean, 6 and 4 is not enough to really move it a whole lot, but it might give me just a smidge of draw bias more than what I had. So I'm probably not good enough to notice it, to be honest. There's a nice little draw. That might hit the center line there. Nope. All right. Okay. I'll hit one more. Oh. So again, this will be the same swing weight. It's 10 grams back there. So the next one, I'm going to go 15 grams just in one setting or the other, which will put me at, let's see, 4. Let's see, that's 10 grams. So it's 5, 2. So it'll put me up about 2.5 swing weight. So it'll be like D3.5, which actually isn't too bad. So I actually kind of wanted it up that way when I got it. So, all right, one more. That's a terrible swing. Delete that one. Ah. I hit one more, just might delete that one. I feel like those two are not really representative of what I'm doing today. There we go. That's more better. Get on the line. Okay, that one was good. That was really well struck. So I'll eliminate that big left miss, which is what I'm trying to eliminate out of my life anyway. So which may keep me in the original weight settings, to be honest. So that one, it's only 33.6 yards from the target. It's not terrible. Still probably in play on most courses. All right. All right. So 15 grams in the heel or neutral setting. Definitely a little more left start line there. Felt like that was a pretty decent swing. Definitely feel like the head's easier to turn over with this. So one of the things is if you're fighting a little bit of a too far to the right bias, it's definitely worth taking a look at. So it definitely seems to move it. Maybe Callaway did know what they were doing here. All right, last one with this. Yep, all 3 are further left than everything else I hit. Actually, I need to change those colors. Yep, so all 3 of those are left. All right, so now we got 15 in the heel. me switch colors here. I'll make this blue a little bit easier to see on the screen. Definitely more right. So if you want an anti-left one, guys, what I would say is you could turn this down and put the weight in the toe, and very likely this sucker will not go left at all. Oh, God, that was hit so bad. I'm going to delete that one. Okay, actually, I'm not going to delete that. I'm going to actually show that one on the video. I mean, I almost missed that. I mean, I hit that like low heel. Still had, within 4 or 5 miles an hour ball speed of where I was at, and I kept it in the fairway, like actually right down the middle. That's pretty scary. That's pretty scary. All right. Yep, starting right, a little bit of a draw. But this definitely biases everything a little bit right, for sure. Last one. Yep, every one of them started right and stayed right of the start line, of the center line. So, maybe my critique of the weights, maybe these guys didn't know what they were doing. I know they did. I'm being facetious there a little bit. But I pull up this dispersion chart. So I'll go ahead and pull the camera up here. I mean, if we look at that. So the red one's the one I started with. So that was 9 grams toe, 1 gram heel. Then I went 6 grams toe, 4 grams heel. And it definitely moved it just slightly, not too much. But then it was kind of interesting in that I took 15 grams, put it in the heel. Everything went left. And then I went 15 grams in the toe. And other than that one that I really hit thin that went just left of the center line, everything else was right. So I probably biased the line 25, 30 yards there. So that's pretty interesting. And if you guys are testing this thing out or need to bias your driver one way or the other, the weight kits do work.